Dozens dead in Israeli airstrikes on Gaza as the ceasefire deal hangs in the balance. As the clock ticks down on ceasefire deadline on Sunday, a fragile deal is now in limbo. Also tonight.
The Evening News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good evening. The US Secretary of State insisted tonight that the ceasefire in Gaza will go ahead on Sunday, despite Israel's government refusing to ratify the deal today. Antony Blinken described it as a loose end and said negotiations had been challenging. Israel's cabinet is now expected to vote on the ceasefire tomorrow, after earlier accusing Hamas of reneging on parts of the deal. An end to the fighting can't come too soon for the people of Gaza. Overnight, just as news of the deal was sinking in, Israeli airstrikes reportedly killed at least 77 Palestinians, including 25 women and 21 children. And a warning that this report from our senior international correspondent, John Irvine, contains images of the aftermath of the airstrikes, which you may find upsetting. Well, here, after growing pressure, the Home Secretary has announced the government will fund a number of local inquiries into grooming gangs and order police forces to reopen some historic grooming cases. Yvette Cooper told MPs a pilot programme of 5 local inquiries into child sexual exploitation could be rolled out to other areas. It came after online criticism from Elon Musk, and in recent days 3 Labour MPs have publicly backed calls for a national inquiry. The Conservatives said the announcement was wholly inadequate, as up to 50 towns could be affected. From Westminster, here's our political correspondent, Harry Horton. A teenager has been found guilty of murdering schoolgirl Eliane Andam in a row over a teddy bear. The court heard how Eliane, who was 15, was stabbed as she stood up for her friend in Croydon in South London. Her killer, 18-year-old Hassan Santamu, had a history of attacking girls and carrying knives. Outside court, Eliane's family said the conviction sent a message that violence against young women will not go unanswered. Mahitir Pasha reports. There's plenty more to come on the ITV Evening News, including... We'll be back with all that and more after the break. Hello and welcome back. England's NHS has experienced its busiest week of the winter so far, with hospitals at bursting point and staff under incredible pressure. The latest NHS data shows that last week hospitals were at near capacity, with 96% of beds filled, but 1 in 7 patients, nearly 14,000, are so-called bed blockers, medically fit to be discharged. And though flu cases have plateaued, rates are still 3.5 times higher than this time last year. It came as a damning report by the Royal College of Nursing found patients are dying in corridors and sometimes going undiscovered for hours. Our correspondent Rachel Younger reports. A man who was cleared of unlawfully killing his vulnerable partner has been jailed for 6.5 years for assaulting her and subjecting her to years of domestic abuse. Kiana Dawes, a young mother, took her own life and left a suicide note calling Ryan Wellings a monster who had killed her. Today, a judge said although Wellings was acquitted of Kiana's manslaughter, he had abused, exploited and assaulted her up until her death. From Preston Crown Court, here's our North of England reporter, Kelly Foran. Some other news now. A bus driver at the forefront of the mob violence outside a hotel housing asylum seekers has been jailed for 3 years. John Webb. Tributes have been paid to former celebrity Love Island contestant and Hollyoaks actor Paul Danan after he was found dead. Police say the 46-year-old was discovered yesterday at an address in Bristol. He was due to appear in court in Warrington today on drug charges. Friends and co-stars have been remembering his kindness and warmth, as Charlie Frost reports. Oh, Charlie Frost with that report. Now you're watching ITV Evening News. It is 7 o'clock, just after 7. Here's what's still ahead. Oh, he is a good boy. That is all from us for now. Julie will have the latest live from Jerusalem at 10, but from the Evening News team, bye-bye.